Right, welcome back to today's video. We're going to be covering my run through rank 6. My team today is Ferrothorn lead with Azu and Reggie in the back. Again, it's pretty standard meta, but I was finding a lot of meta Pokemon in my run. So I said I'd lead Ferrothorn. Again, it's a very safe lead. You're going to have a small bit of trouble if you get Reggie in the lead. Any counter user will pretty much obliterate it. Same with Fire. But again, there's not a lot of counter or fire leads at the moment in GBL. So Ferrothorn here against Jirachi. Again, I don't want to take the second Doom Desire. So I now know that Jirachi has 0 energy and he swaps in Medicham to eat what he's expecting to be a Power Whip. I go Flash Cannon. And once I swap in Azu, yes, I'm down shield. Medicham is in farm range. I can eat 2 or 3 power punches and have Azu with over a Hydro Pump stored and down 1 shield. But again, look at all that energy I'm getting with Azu. So I'm going to make that shield back very quickly. So just farming on the Medicham. Yes, Azu's down at about half health. In comes Superior. Now this is a very interesting pick. I think it'll probably have a lot more play once it gets its Community Day move, which one would expect to be Frenzy Plant. But with Leaf Tornado giving you the opportunity of the attack debuff, Vine Whips add up against Azu. This Superior is running Grass Knot, which is rudder grass option, and it also has Aerial Ace, so it does well against other grass types. But again, I come in here with Ferrothorn, use my second shield, so we're back to even shields. At this point, Azu's after taking both shields on a grass type, which is exactly what you wanted to do. Flash Cannon does a lot of damage, so at this point I was trying to get to Power Whip, just couldn't get there, but that's okay. I have Reggie in the back, Medicham's gone, Superior is at low health, and probably in lock-on range. Do I stick it out and just lock on farm it down? Jirachi will die with 1 hit. Grass Knot's not going to do much. So I just decided to get rid of it. I don't fully charge it because I don't need to. It just gives you a little bit of extra energy to keep ahead. And I go for the Focus Blast. Flash Cannon probably would have KO'd here too, but I'm not going to complain. Go for the nuke, win in style. So going into the second game here now. Again, you can see this person would have made rank 10 last season, and himself didn't get over rank 8. A lot of that was probably down to just not playing enough, but I'm not going to say anything else. So store up to the Power Whip, swap in Azu. Yeah, it felt like it could have been Thunderbolt. So shield, charge up to the Hydro Pump, throw the Ice Beam. I know he's had another Thunderbolt because I came in. Sorry, it would have been 1 counter off. Yeah, sorry, because I got the 2 bubbles and it's 1 bubble short for Hydro Pump for Thunderbolt. So get second shield up. So again, no, he's seen Ice Beam. Maybe he doesn't want to shield this Deoxys. Maybe he thinks I just have play rough. Hydro Blend, and I can let this, and I was hoping he'd get the Thunderbolt off, just to leave less farm on Azu, as I farm him down. In comes Seeking, go for the Ice Beam. I know Azu doesn't have much health left anyway. Get the Ice Beam, probably should have left it go, but that's okay. Go for the Power Whip to get the shield. He swaps out into Mawile. Now, Fire Fang Mawile, I would have had a lot of trouble. Ice Fang Mawile, not as much. Yeah, it's still going to chunk away, don't get me wrong. But it just doesn't obliterate Ferrothorn. I can get to the Flash Cannon here. And that almost goes the Mawile. And I get the Power Whip to finish that off. Decide completely undercharge it. Hit the last 2 or 3 bubbles in a hope to get to a Power Whip before I go down. Not able to. So I'm hoping he throws his move. He doesn't, he's smart. He farms down the Azu. This one I know he has one, if not two drill runs stored. And all I have to do is beat him to his third drill run. Get Focus Blast before he can get to his third drill run. I know it's going to be close. His drill run does just under half, but Poison Jab does pretty much 0 damage. And I can get to the Focus Blast and get rid of Seeking. So that's the other thing. A lot of Ferrothorn really like Seeking. Poison Jab, Icy Wind, Drill Run, it's going to resist or at least neutral to everything there. So into the third game here now. And into Hypno lead, get a lot of Hypnos I was seeing at this rank, all carrying Fire Punch. So I just go for Flash Cannon here again. Anything to get damage off on the Hypnos. Guess the shield. I'm going to shield in return to respect Fire Punch. It is Fire Punch. So he should get his second Fire Punch before I get to the second Flash Cannon, which he does. Again, there's no point baiting. Just go straight Fire Punch if you're Hypno in this situation. Again, I'll go for the Flash Cannon. And at this point now, I'm just trying to time my Azu swap in to eat the Fire Punch, which I get perfectly. Plus, I have a Power Whip in the back for when Ferrothorn comes back in. And at this point with Azu, same as the Medicham matchup, Hypno is low enough that I can just commit to farming down and come out with a ton of energy. Hypno goes Shadow Ball, but again, not being stabbed really hurts. The Hypno there, and in comes Poliwrath. And at this point, I'm thinking this is just too tricky a situation. So I go Hydro Pump, try and get the shield. Poliwrath goes Ice Punch here. This is where I make the critical mistake. I go for the Hydro Pump, realise too late that I should go for the Ice Beam. And Poliwrath Ice Punch here KOs. So I come in with Ferrothorn again and go Power Whip. He just lets it go, and in the back he has Registeel. So the main goal here is just get enough damage to get Registeel into Focus Blast range. Hope he doesn't overcharge. And then win the race by getting a bait. So go for the Flash Cannon in the hopes that I get the shield here, which I do. He's going to go Focus Blast. So now we have the flip where I have to get Focus Blast before he gets the Flash Cannon, and I miss out by one lock on. GG's to him. Again, I don't know if that made any difference. I got the Ice Beam off with Azu. Probably still keeps the shield in the back for Reggie. So going into the next game of this set, and Ferrothorn into an Azu lead again, another very positive matchup. So the one thing to be careful for this is they swap out on the Power Whip. Here they don't. So I'm expecting a Focus Blast. So I swap in Azu on the Focus Blast and turns out to be a Flash Cannon, which puts me behind here. So I've done this in a couple of other matches too, where I swap in and eat the Focus Blast in Azu. So shield up the Flash Cannon and go for the bait. Again, hope to gain back that shield, and I do. At this point, if they get caught on a nice beam bait first time, they generally don't shield the second. So I go Hydro Pump. And Reggie's going to have to do a lot of heavy lifting in the back. Tried to swap out to catch Flash Cannon, just didn't get it. Azu doesn't go down. To the Flash Cannon, but I mean, Reggie can take an Earthquake here. And tank it pretty well. Throw off the flash cannon. And then keep in mind they still have a shield in the back. This is the play of the game. I win CMP tie on the flash cannon. Or what I thought, I thought it would have been a CMP tie. Quickly swap out into Ferrothorn. I have the flash cannon loaded and the game can't do anything. Then back in comes the Azu, and it gets the power whip. This will do half damage to Azu. So this Azu goes for Ice Beam. And then I'm keeping an eye for the swap. I see it come in, farm up an extra 1 or 2, knowing Reggie's a little bit off the move. I don't really need to overcharge this, or charge this power whip fully. And back in comes Azu, and I'm at the power whip again straight away. So I won that game basically with my double flash cannon, getting the Ferrothorn in the second Meganium dropped the shield. I had to time that one perfectly, because I'd say Meganium was right out of move. Going into the next match of this set. Ferrothorn into Registeel. So again, this expecting Focus Blast. With all this lag, it's hard to catch it, but I got away with it. Got my switch perfectly on point and caught the Focus Blast with Azu. Still does a sizable chunk, but I'd much rather them expend that Focus Blast on the Azu rather than the Ferrothorn. I'd eat the Flash Cannon and then build and throw an Ice Beam. Gets the shield. So I'm going to shield Azu here. Brings back to even shields. Throw Hydro Pump in the hope that he lets it through. And gets second shield. At this point, shield Azu again. And then when he swaps out the Registeel, that's GG's, because it brings back in Azu. And I have my power whip loaded on Ferrothorn. And I'm nearly at a second. I can eat one Ice Beam. That's all Azu's going to get to. And then an extra little bit of farm. Throw the second power whip. In comes Altaria. They can get to the flash cannon before they get to Sky Attack, which makes a much more favourable matchup in the back. And I know I'll get to another flash cannon if they don't throw. So I think they realise that too. Throw Sky Attack. And I know I have the energy stored on Azu if I need it. And then Hydro Pump. Brings back in the Reggie from my Reggie. No thank you. And again, I know I'll get close to the Ice Beam if he doesn't throw it Altaria. So while this Altaria looks to be doing work, Registeel that flash cannon. And that's GG's. And that's why, when you know your opponent has charge moves banked, or you suspect they have charge moves banked, don't swap Azu back in with Ferrothorn in the back. It's only going to cost you. So, going into this next set, after going 4-1 in the first set of the day, this second set, again, counter on Ferrothorn, not great, but I go for the Flash Cannon. Again, it's not a favourable matchup for Ferrothorn, but Flash Cannon gets let through, swap in Azu, knowing he's at the Thunderbolt. I decide to shield. And he sees this as another semi-positive matchup, so he's staying in to try. I don't know. Do not keep Deoxys for Ferrothorn in the back here. So I go for Ice Beam. Gets the shield. He was in Ice Beam range, so. And then he swaps in Azu onto my Ice Beam. Very nice swap. Again, I can take a couple of seconds, charge up the energy, bring back in Ferrothorn, and him after swapping Azu is locked, so I can leave this Ice Beam go through, goes Hydro Pump. Again, it's not going to do bulk damage to Ferrothorn. Grass Steel typing really does help there. Gets the shield for that one. And this is one of the rare occasions where I would recommend shielding your Ferrothorn from an Azu when you're low enough that the Ice Beam will KO. And he swaps into the Oxus D to Power Whip. Very nice swap. Then the Azu comes back in to bubble down, but I had enough energy to get to the next Power Whip. And that Azu's gone too. And then in comes Altaria, and Azu's almost at an Ice Beam. I can get there before Altaria can get to the Sky Attack. And then time I swap. Tried. Decided not to in the end because full health Reggie. Altaria doesn't have play either way on this. So I could have locked on Farm Down, but I just wanted to get out of this game as quickly as possible. Throw a Flash Cannon. And GG's. So moving into the second game of this set. Again, the Ferrothorn lead. It's very versatile. It can hit a lot of things neutrally or super effective. A lot of meta things don't like the Grass Steel typing in their face. There's some Meganium. Again, Earthquake's going to do a chunk of damage to Ferrothorn. But Ferrothorn can come out victorious in this matchup if you play it right. So Meganium lets the first Flash Cannon through. And at this point I'm committing to the 2 shields and Ferrothorn. I've landed the Flash Cannon, which means all I need to land now is probably a Power Whip. But I go Flash Cannon again in the hopes they're going to let Meganium go. And they're shielding, that means they're weak to Ferrothorn in the back. All that's saying to me, whereas I'm also shielding because I'm weak to Meganium in the back. An Earthquake would do a good chunk on Registeel, and Frenzy Plant does a good chunk on Azu. So I get both shield, Flash Cannon, and I know they're at the Earthquake here, and they've no play to do anything other than Earthquake. A little over half. I'm looking at it, very close to clicking that Flash Cannon when I said I'll go for the Power Whip. In comes Sableye, Shadow Claw down. In comes Azu. To meet that Sableye, swaps out on what would have been the Ice Beam. So I charge up a little bit. And then Reggie, I'm beaten to the first Flash Cannon, but that's okay, because I have Hydro Pump stored up on Azu. So I get this Flash Cannon off. And I should get to the second one just before they get to the Hydro Pump, which will leave Azu low. I'm probably going to get smacked by a Hydro Pump here. Charging up as much energy as they can. Go Hydro Pump. I come in and I commit to the bubble down. 4, 5. And then Sableye will come in. Probably out of falls there. Power Gem. Okay, cool. So I throw Hydro Pump. I know it's probably over 100 energy, but I should also get to the Ice Beam before they get to anything else. But I bubble down first. GG's. So moving into the next game of this set. Again, you know, Ferrothorn proving very, very versatile against all the leads we've seen. Another Hypno. So again, a lot of Hypnos at this rank carrying Fire Punch. Probably for the Ferrothorns they were starting to see. So again, I'll lose the race to the first Flash Cannon. Again, shielding to respect the Fire Punch. Throw the Flash Cannon. So again, there are 4 confusions to the first Elemental Punch and 3 to every subsequent punch. So I know he's going to get there faster this time. And he's overcharging it. shield again. And I know 1, 2, and I need to swap. And I catch the Fire Punch on Azu. Not for the first time. So then in comes the Registeel. And Azu with the 1 bubble lead. So I can take the 2 flash cannons here. I can defeat the Registeel. I can't take the 2 flash cannons, or so it looks like. So throw the Hydro Pump to get it low. Well, get into the yellow. And he'll get to his second one before I even get to Ice Beam. So, in comes Registeel. And I can just charge underneath the Focus Blast and go Flash Cannon. Knowing he has to go Focus Blast if he wants to get serious damage off on Reggie. Again, I should get to the Flash Cannon before Hypno gets to move. It's CMP type. Again, Fire Punch, while it's super effective, it's not doing a lot of damage. And Flash Cannon almost KOs the Hypno. So I swap in Ferrothorn just to get that extra couple of Bullet Seeds energy. Expecting the Azu on the back. And then get to the second power word before Azu gets to the Ice Beam. And get rid of that Azumarill very quickly. So, moving into the next battle in this set. Ferrothorn into a Grand Bull lead, which is very positive for me. Yes, Charms are going to chunk away a small bit, you know. But again, Registeel in the back, so I'm okay with Ferrothorn staying in for a swap out here. The only thing you have to be mindful of is close combat, and he's done enough Charms to get there. So shield up to respect it. Close combat, I expect to switch out straight away into Reggie. Waiting for the Focus Blast. Just can't time the swap. Into Azu for that. So I decide once the energy was used just to swap Azu in as it is. Yes, I have no shields, but I'm okay with that. Charge up to the Hydro Pump through the Ice Beam to try and get their last shield. Not successful, but again, you're going to need to probably land an Ice Beam anyway in that matchup. At this point, I know I'm going to get KO'd by the next move. It's a nice swap in to bring in the Azu, but it's as I went Hydro Pump. So while it was good, it's not great. I can swap in and go Power Whip on Ferrothorn. Again, this is the power of banking charge moves, and look at that farm. 2 Power Whips stored on Ferrothorn, and I'm okay with letting it go if there's an Ice Beam comes through here. Yes, I have no shields, yes I can't block it, but we've got the shield and got Azu into red. So I come back in with Azu, and it's literally a bubble down war at this point. And I get there. So I'm expecting Reggie to come back, have the Hydro Pump ready. I mean, it's going to be Hydro Pump into whatever came in next anyway. And 1 extra bubble then for good measure onto Reggie, and I just can't get to the Ice Beam in time. And then I have a full health Registeel in the back. And I'll get to Flash Cannon before Grand Bull can do anything, because Charm doesn't give you good energy gain. Grand Bull is sent back into tomorrow. Grand Bull is a very nice moveset for GBL with Crunch and close combat. It's a lot of coverage, plus Charm does a lot of damage. But if you're in even energy scenario with Registeel, good luck. Into the next battle here in this set, and Ferrothorn is another Azumarill lead. So again, just watching out for the switch out on the Power Whip. There it is, in comes Altaria, and that's met with Azu. So again, banking that Power Whip in the back. Again, this person's very good at their counting. After swapping Azu in a little bit later, still coach to get the Sky attack off, and they're just going to let Altaria go here. They know they need shields in the back for Azu Ferrothorn matchup. So again, I'm the same with Azu. I'm just going to bubble down, and I'm going to let everything through on Azu. Their Azu comes back. So I go Hydro Pump. Try to get to the second one. And I don't get it off. And it's a play rough. But then Ferrothorn comes back in, and this is why it's important not to swap back in Ferrothorn here, because that. If you swapped in Ferrothorn now, it would have unlocked Registeel. And that power whip damage is enough to swing this Registeel matchup. Plus the fact I'm winning the CMP ties. After seeing he's going Focus Blast, I decided I'm going to charge Focus Blast and throw the Flash Cannon this time. And I knew he was 1 or 2 energy ahead of me. Obviously after coming in, getting that 1 or 2 lock-ons, he's 1 or 2 lock-ons ahead. That's fine. I get your second shield there. Now I'm ahead. If you want to do damage, try to be sneaky. I expected it. Ferrothorn comes back in. Power Whip. Bye-bye Azu. And then I'm going for the Flash Cannon. Okay, just get off as much damage as I can on this Reggie. Reggie should be going Focus Blast here. It's rid of Ferrothorn and I can just come back in and Focus Blast. So during these 2 sets, I went 9-1. I hope you enjoyed the content. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed that video, please like and subscribe for more Silph Arena and GoBattleLeague content. Thank you.